Alright, just a little how-to on custom cross-section direction in the conformance reporting. Ideally, you'd love to sort of digitize a line that it would jump out and sort of follow. A little bit like this here, you sort of digitize your line and then set your section spacing off of that. We do have a bit of that code in Vulkan, so it's hopefully being ported over into this module, but it will miss the Studio 6 cutoff point, unfortunately. But I'll show you how you can sort of whip something out anyway. So you've got your two surfaces, and the best thing about this is if you're going to be doing this every month, it'll use the exact same section lines if you save them out. So you can see your sort of data extents here, the green ones. I'm just tapping G, which toggles to wireframe if you haven't seen it. Create a line. And the Studio 6, the line tool is a little bit different, so just keep that in mind. I'll right click. Every time I right click, it sort of saves that line out. And these are going to be my section lines. At the moment I'm just creating 2D lines though. But if you're doing this regularly, you just create the file once and load in these lines every time you do it. You probably noticed that the snapping icon following my mouse around is new in 6. I found that pretty handy at times just to confirm exactly where you're snapping. Just race through that. Some of them are a bit wonky, but it'll do. They're not really the best as far as orientation, they're sort of very wiggly. The other way you could do it is just create sections at set points. So just grab, I'll create a plane and tell it to go at say 500 meters, and then section that plane from here to here. You go every 25 meters. Load that point there, go to here, apply, load that coordinate up, go to here, and this is sort of a bit of a ad hoc workaround if you want them a bit squarer. So alright, so I'll just show you what they both did. So I've got, it didn't end up using the plane, but these section lines, even though they're on the surface, they'll get used in the conformance reporting tool if you want them to. Otherwise, I can show you my lines that I've created here. These were just the manual freehand creation ones. Load in your two surfaces. Let's go report design conformance. Design data, I'm assuming it's the green one. You can add in that logo if you want. And then turn off automatic cross sections. I like landscape. Sounds alright. And then there'll be no sections created at all here. There's this custom cross sections bin. Now what you need to do is make sure all of your section lines are contained, so you're not going to get any other crap. If you're going to repeat this again and again and again, you can always export this out as a DXF or Maptek object and just load that in as your section, so you can see all the sections it's going to create now. If you spend a bit of time getting them right, if you're doing this conformance report once a month or once a quarter, you load in the same file again and again, and the sections will be exactly the same. But again, automated is going to be the way to go. So right now, we just sort of have to make do with what we can. So it all comes down to Studio 6 is quite behind its release date. So they're pretty much doing a code cutoff on everything and just trying to bug fix. You will notice if you're using the version of 6 that I gave you that a lot of the graphics are a bit manged up, like it just doesn't look smooth. So there's my sections. Oh, should have flipped that around. That's alright. So if there's anything you need to highlight as well in these sections, don't know if Rob's showed you, but you can turn sections on and off if you found them invalid. Edit image just throws it up into Paint. You can chuck on circles and squares and annotation if you need to. Just make that opaque. Please investigate, for example. Oh. Save, close, and as soon as you hit save and close, it's straight back into that report. So pretty groovy. And the last thing you have to do is always hit that export button. So wait for it to just finish what it needs to. And there we go. So yeah, always save that out. See, the other thing that I've found a little bit annoying and have reported is that sometimes the orientation changes direction, and I'm not too sure what the cause of that is, but it is annoying for myself. And that's it. Cheers.